I'm too sexy for my love, too sexy for my love, love's going to leave me.
Can you believe it's been 26 years since we were introduced to pop duo Right Said Fred? I have an exclusive interview with Richard Fairbrass at the Lanes Hotel where we discuss his countless awards, his passion for music and his love for Brighton. We're in Brighton.
Yeah,
Brighton means a lot to you. Tell me how much it does mean to you, because you've not grown up here.
No. The reason Brighton is significant to me is because Mum and Dad, Mum was born in Hastings actually, but they lived most of their lives here in Brighton until Dad retired. And this was the area of Dad's brother-in-law and sister lived here. But this whole south coast bit, I've grown up in. You know, one way or another. We were down here nearly all the time. One of Dad's sisters had a guest house in just around the back of home.
Two Nobel Awards.
Yeah.
Just over 26 years you hit on our radio stations with I'm Too Sexy.
Yeah.
It went mental.
It did go mental actually. I know. When I look back, it was weird. Yeah.
You went #1 practically everywhere.
26 countries, I think.
And
America.
Because in the UK, it was Bryan Adams.
Yeah, Bryan Adams was number one. I was really pleased about that because.
And also, to be fair as well, it was the soundtrack for the movie.
Yeah, funny enough, it was a bit like Somewhere Over the Rainbow. That was Somewhere Over the Rainbow. They were going to take that out of the movie.
Okay.
And that Bryan Adams song, they were going to take that out of the movie as well.
Okay.
And it only got in there at the last minute.
There's a lot of artists basically out there that don't want to be managed. And that's something that you started with your last album, where you manage yourself. You do your advertising, your PR, your everything.
We do. We've always been independent pretty much.
So you're not under control.
No, because Fred and I talk about this a lot. And the problem with artists is, not all artists, but some artists, is they have a desperation for validation.
Okay.
And so they will put up with all kinds of rubbish from the business.
Yeah.
Because they need, as I say, because they need validation and they want to check and they want to be famous and they want the likes and all that.
Yeah. If
you can, there's I can't remember what movie it is. It's a Mathew movie. And one guy says to another, the only person you need to fear is the person that can't be bought. Well, yeah, the thing about music is it's actually really, really simple. It's really simple. You've got the artist and the audience. That is it.
Yeah.
And that simple relationship is messed up by all the in the way people. And there's a whole load of in the way people who will complicate that simple relationship.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. And the media doesn't help.
Yeah.
The British media in particular is either kowtowing to big American labels or money.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of independent artists out there that are worth hearing that you won't hear because the media, the press, choose to ignore them.
Yeah. And let's not forget the fact that you have been approached, you've had a lot of meetings with big record labels, etc. But it's a choice between you and your brother that it's not,
I mean, it depends on the kind of person you are.
Yeah.
It depends, we are just a bit bullshit and we don't like being told what to sound like. Yeah. When to release stuff. I mean, I can remember when we were signed to I can't say who it was, we were signed to a major label. And the first album we'd done with them, not that long ago, we had done really, really well. And we got a phone call and they said, the second album's nearly ready, it's almost written. It's almost written. We write everything.
Yeah.
And suddenly you realise that you're losing control. You're losing control of what you do.
Yeah.
And that's when we stepped out.
Yeah.
And we've written everything.
Yeah.
We've got a new band, a new live band, and the band are great. They sound really, really good. And we do one cover, and we don't. The reason we don't do covers is not for arrogance or anything, but it's very difficult for Fred and I to agree on a song we both like.
Yeah.
But we do the Calvin Harris Feels So Close live, which I love that track.
Yeah.
I think it's a really cool track. And he's one guy I'd like to work with because I think he's got a good melodic sense.
Yeah. Go back 26 or longer than that, more than 26 years ago. A lot of people don't realise that you were the bass player for Mathew.
Yeah.
There was loads of artists, and this goes back to late 70s.
Yeah, Fred probably had the best gig. Probably, I mean, I should make it clear with the Bowie thing and Mick Jagger and all that. I was a stand-in for videos and stuff like that as well. With Fred, he got to play guitar with Bob Dylan, which is pretty cool. And I remember Fred got this role in this movie. I didn't get the role because I wasn't. My role was a speaking part, and I wasn't equity or anything. In those days, you couldn't do it. So he went off to Canada and played the guitar with Bob Dylan and all that kind of stuff. And Bob Dylan gave him a leather jacket. It was all very cool. The thing with I'm Too Sexy is that because of the nature of the track, and I think the nature of how we sold it, we came across as a sort of mini vanilla kind of jokey kind of couple of gym queens, you know what I mean? But we'd actually been gigging since I think my first gig was '76, I think probably. And we gigged all the way through the 80s, and So Sexy was the first thing that we recorded that was a dance tune. I mean, everything up until then had been sort of acousticy kind of stuff. Rather than sitting down and thinking, well, I need to make a top 10 record, how do I do that? They just, and with Sexy was the same. We had nothing to lose. We had no money. We had no deal. We had nothing. And so we just made a track that we thought was funny. And at
that point, where were you? Were you in London?
Yeah, we were all of us were living in West London.
Okay.
And Fred and I had been out on the circuit for a long, long time. But in a sort of either an acoustic duo or in a band. And as an acoustic duo, we just used to walk into restaurants and then get thrown out and stuff. We never did covers. And then we got bored, and so Fred said, why don't we try doing something with a bit of a groove?
Yeah.
Sexy was the first thing we did. We got in touch with Rob, who lived near us in West London. And Sexy was the first thing we did. We had no ambition. All I wanted was I just wanted to hear it on the radio.
Yeah.
That was it. I had no clue that ever.
And do you remember the first time you did hear it?
Oh yeah, really, really clearly. I was working in a gym, and we did an interview with Radio 1 in those days was very cool.
Yeah.
And our plugger at the time had a good relationship with Radio 1. And Radio 1 played that single off the acetate. They just played it off the acetate. They didn't. It wasn't programmed or anything. They just played it. We drove home, and by the time I got back to the gym, I got a phone call saying you were going to come back because they played it on the air, and everybody said, "Oh my God, what is that?" And funny enough, everybody thought we were Australian. Pop music is meant to be about. It's not exclusively, but fun and fun is a big part of it, and making people feel good is a big part of it. I downloaded. It's an old track now, but Believe by Cher, and also the Diana Ross Bee Gees track, Chain Reaction, and they are just brilliant pop songs. Chain Reaction is one of the best written pop songs.
We play in the reception.
I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. And the Bee Gees backing vocals, sort of hear about, are just blindingly brilliant. And that aspect of pop music, I've always loved pop music. My problem with pop music now is it's a little bit limp-wristed. It's a little bit. It's all about I love your body and and all that. I just can't do it. So the stuff I listen to a lot on my iPhone is American rock or Steely Dan, stuff like that.
Okay. Is that that's influenced you to bring that type of music into your? Not
really. I absolutely love electric guitar, and it's not. You don't hear it in British pop music anymore. And so I listen to Steely Dan because Walter Becker and Donald Fagen are both. Walter Becker's sadly gone. But absolutely brilliant guitarists.
Back to the gigs, the concerts.
Yeah.
When are you going to?
Well, we've got a few festivals coming up in the UK. There's one in Chelmsford and there's one in there's Cubics in August. There's about 3 or 4 festivals.
Okay.
But because we're an independent band and because the whole thing is driven by Fred and I, it cost us about £2,500 to £3,000 per gig to put the band on stage, just to get them on stage. That doesn't include transport. It doesn't include stayovers. It doesn't include. It's a lot of money. And some of the gigs we've done recently, we've actually lost money because the costs are so huge. So we have to be very careful about what we agree to do and the price that we charge. And we can't go out. People. I think some promoters think we're a bit greedy. The reality is we can't go out below us. We can't charge below a certain figure. Otherwise, it's not worth it. It's not doable.
Well, I'm speaking on behalf of Brighton. I think you should perform in Brighton.
I would love to.